Hello there, watching out there on the internet land. This is Sarah, and you are at the Couth Buzzard, well, at least virtually anyway. Thank you so much for joining us for Curtis and Loretta tonight in concert. Oh, my. Okay, I think my volume is too loud. All right, hey, okay, nope, still clipping. Hey, that's why you do a sound check, Depp. Well, anyway, thank you so much for coming. You'll notice below there is a donate to Couth Buzzard link right below where you can go and donate to our GoFundMe. If you are here, those that are right here, there's some CDs and things over there that you can go and get. And if you're in your house, congratulations you, but you're missing out on all the fun. So I will throw it over now to Mr. Stu Hendrickson, who will introduce the band. Yay, Stu!
Okay, thank you, Sarah. I see that we're doing a Pacific Northwest Folklore Society concert. This will be the last one that we're doing, and I'm retiring from this organization. I'm too old and I want to calm down a bit. So anyway, so this will be our last concert, but I booked this concert with Curtis and Loretta, about a year ago, I think it was, and we thought, oh well, the pandemic will be gone by then, but it still didn't gone. Anyway, I'm delighted to see Curtis and Loretta here. We've had them, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in the past, and we always look forward to their concerts. so from Minnesota, I spent quite a few years in Minnesota, and got tired of the snow and the winters and came here. But anyway, I want to welcome Chris and Loretta. We had a great concert tonight. Thank you.
Hey, give Stuart a hand there.
Thanks, Stuart.
Without, if not for people like Stuart here, the incredible hard work for no pay, we just wouldn't be able to travel around and play songs for you. So
Yeah, so you've been doing these concerts since 2007, right?
yeah, this is a
That's very cool.
historic occasion. You will be missed.
Well, we began in 1954. I wasn't here.
1954.
And
The organization began in
and then
'54, before your
it
time.
lapsed in the 60s sometime, and I revived it again. So now I'm waiting for somebody to revive it.
Maybe somebody will revive it
For
and
the
keep it going.
third
Yeah,
time.
yeah. And the Couth Buzzard, what a great place to have these concerts. We are so happy to be here tonight, and hello to everybody out there on Facebook and YouTube land. We are going to talk about our instruments as we go along, but right off the bat, let's have a song.
Yeah, let's play a song. This is really mostly. I think tonight we'll play a few things that have kind of that Loretta wrote and kind of from our experience and living through this really unusual time in history.
This one's called "Lift the World." 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. All my gold may slip away and my karma come to pay. I might just wake up someday and see the bit part that I play. But when the day is all through, nothing more that I can do. One thing I have learned is true, I turn, and there it's always you.
You lift the world from my shoulders, spin it gently, turn it over. You set it down out of the way.
Just like a dream, the world fades away.
Just like a dream, the world fades away.
I may travel near and far, sail the seas to Zanzibar. I might just walk out the door and be content in my backyard. But when the miles are said and done, when the races are all run, I meet you in the setting sun, and from there we walk as one.
You lift the world from my shoulders, spin it gently, turn it over. You set it down out of the way.
Just like a dream, the world fades away.
Just like a dream, the world fades away.
Trials may come to torment me, break right in without a key. They may all demand to be my eternal destiny. But when the worries and the cares get too much for me to bear, you look each one in the eyes just like that. You cut them down to size.
You lift the world from my shoulders, spin it gently, turn it over. You set it down out of the way.
Just like a dream, the world fades away.
Just like a dream, the world fades away.
Just like a dream, the world fades away.
Just like a dream, the world fades away. times we've been experiencing. I have to admit, for me, I didn't really find, except for singing, of course, I didn't find these Mass to be that big of a hardship. I've always kind of been a proponent of a half a face is better anyway, And in a way, I kind of thought of it like jewelry. I don't mind wearing something that makes me a little prettier, But anyway.
Oh, let's do a love song. We're going to do a love song for my mom and dad. I grew up in Stillwater, Minnesota, and their names were Cletus and Mildred.
But that's the wonderful thing about ballad type songs is they're very much open to interpretation. For her, this is a love song about her parents. For me, it's a song about scandalous marriage.
Well, it was the 1940s, and there was some scandal involved.
You can go back to Romeo and Juliet, scandalous marriage. You can 1960s interracial, marriages, scandalous marriage. The issues we deal with nowadays, And but in the 1940s, when her parents married, you brace yourselves out there and hear it in here as well. A Catholic married a Lutheran.
It was big deal.
Well, you taught a Lutheran college, didn't you? Boy.
It was a mixed marriage. It was
turned to Catholic.
And you married a Catholic.
Oh, that was a mixed marriage, Stu. Yeah, that was a mixed marriage, Stuart.
Yeah. Besides the religion thing, my mother was 21. My dad was 38 years old, just back from World War II. He had a little bit of money because he had a business before the war. My mom was straight from the farm, no money at all.
From Scandia, Minnesota. Little farms, no English spoken, no plumbing.
So she went to school. She learned English.
Oh yeah, they were saying in town, she's just marrying that old man for his plumbing.
They didn't get plumbing on the farm till after World War II.
Oh no.
And a lot of people said, "Oh, this will never work. So too many differences. It won't fly." But it did. I'm glad it did because otherwise I wouldn't be here tonight.
But throughout history, love eventually perseveres, and that's what happened in this case.
It's called On the Day They Said I Do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right there in town, up the hill south of downtown. Nice brick house with plumbing too. His family had it built brand new. Catholic college businessman, in every way a gentleman. He crossed the sea in 44, courtesy of the World War. Swedish girl with quiet charm. She was born up on the farm, light brown hair and eyes of blue. Sang a Lutheran choir too. She filled the lamps with kerosene, milked the cows, cooked and cleaned. She finished school in 44. She worked the fields and dreamed of more. Some said yes, some said no. She's too young, he's too old. City boy and country girl, different churches, different worlds. But on the day they said I do, they only heard I love you. Near Thanksgiving 45, he came home, thankfully was alive. His 5 and dime closed by the war, so he worked at Reed's drugstore. She moved to town in the spring. The hospital had an opening for room and board and a little more. She passed trays upon the floors. She went into Reed's one day. He waited on her when she paid. As she walked away to me, stole a glance back his way. He was standing in the door to see where she was headed for. She looked down and walked away, but they knew it was their first day. Some said yes, some said no. She's too young, he's too old. City boy and country girl, different churches, different world. But on the day they said I do, they only heard I love you. She was in the Grand Cafe when he came in one autumn day. They shared a booth, brown eyes and blue, and they walked her back to the hospital. He took her to the matinee the very next Saturday. Suit and tie, yellow dress, they both wore their very best. Christmas Eve in gentle snow, he showed up laughing, ho ho ho, bottle of perfume in hand. Would she take him as a man? On a cold and wintry day, the sun shone on their wedding day. For 50 years through thick and thin, they shared one path till God called him. Some said yes, some said no. She's too young, he's too old. City boy and country girl, different churches, different world. But on the day they said I do, they only heard I love you. I love you. I love you.
Ah, I love you. I love you all. You know?
Those are the wedding bells at the end. Gotta get some glissandos in for the wedding bells.
Yeah, we feel so fortunate, you know, to travel around the country and eke out a living, you know, doing something that we love to do. And, you know, I hear people that like work for big corporation get these things that like, what are they called?
Bennies.
Bennies. Bennies? That's drugs. No, benefits.
Benefits.
Benefits. That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, like, oh, perks.
Perks.
They get free coffee.
Free coffee.
Oh, that's nice.
Sometimes.
But you know, I hear like you get a business card to drive, or I hear you used to get health insurance.
Yeah, used
you know?
to. Maybe a pension that used to be.
But what we get is we get to come and sit down with Stuart, you know, and people, all these places, all these venues for this kind of music are absolute labors of love. That's the only reason that they're there. And we get to, sometimes I feel like we're butterflies flying around the flowers, and you know, and we get to experience this beautiful energy, the volunteerism, just the labors of love, and meet the musicians, you know, and be inspired by their work, and even more inspired by their humanity, you know, the thing that caused them to write these songs. We felt very fortunate.
We do.
But at the same time, you know, it's like we have to make a living, and so it's kind of cool because we do these songs that, you know, that are original, and then we do history shows, you know. But the fortunate thing is we just love we love history, and we love doing these old songs, and so we're going to do one of those for you here. And you know, when you dig back into American history, when you peruse history, you know, I warn you, expect to be embarrassed constantly by the things that humanity has done throughout history. But we're from Minnesota, you see, and we found every once in a while you find a real gem. And in the 1850s, in the mid-19th century, in this country, the rock stars of the day were singing Swiss families. you know. And we had one of the most famous, the Hutchinsons. And in 1855, they founded the town of Hutchinson, Minnesota. They wrote the town charter, and women had the right to vote in 1855.
And local matters.
Yes, indeed.
Great.
So we thought that was pretty darn
That's
cool.
a great
thing to
jump.
find.
Yeah.
And one of the younger of them wrote this song, and we've been looking for a political song that we could play in Alabama, we could play on the West Coast, we could play it in any part of any
Anywhere
state.
across the country.
What is it?
Bipartisan song, which is
political
really hard
song.
to find.
So we had to go all the way back to
1860.
Yeah.
This is Lincoln's campaign song from 1860. Jesse Hutchinson wrote the words and set it to Rosin the Bow, an old Irish song.
Hurrah for the choice of the nation, our hero so brave and so true. We'll go for the great Reformation, for Lincoln and liberty too. We'll go for the son of Kentucky, the hero of Hoosierdom through. The pride of the suckers so lucky, for Lincoln and liberty too. We'll find what by felling and mauling our railmaker statesmen can do. For the people are everywhere calling for Lincoln and liberty too. And up with the banners so glorious, the star-spangled red, white, and blue. We'll fight till our banner's victorious, for Lincoln and liberty too. Our David's good sling is unerring, the slave-ocrat's giant he slew. We'll shout for the freedom, preferring for Lincoln and liberty too. We'll go for the son of Kentucky, the hero of Hoosierdom through. The pride of the suckers so lucky, for Lincoln and liberty too. Stand up with the banners so glorious, the star-spangled red, white, and blue. We'll fight till our banner's victorious, for Lincoln and liberty too. For Lincoln and liberty too.
Vote Lincoln. Thank you. Yeah, that's a great song. I have to do a little explanation there. It mentions Suckers. They're talking about places he lived, and Suckers was a good nickname for people in Illinois back in those days. Suckers was a good thing. It referred to Galena, Illinois, this mining town where the men working in the mines at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, there were so many of them walking, they looked like fish swimming up streams, or suckers. So in this case, Suckers is a good thing if you're watching from Illinois.
Yeah.
It's lucky to be a sucker.
There's just nothing like working in a lead mine.
They had lead mines in there. But they were hard workers. The point
Yeah,
was,
they
the point
enjoyed it,
was
you
they
know,
were very
yeah.
hard workers.
Yeah.
I wanted to say too, and I know you know this, we're in Seattle, there's dusty strings, harps, there's a lot of harp players around here, but this is a Celtic or a folk harp that I'm playing. It's got 36 strings, and the big concert harps usually have 47 strings. And the other difference between the sizes, I don't have pedals on the bottom to change the key. Instead of when I'm flipping these levers here, I'm sharpening strings and getting into a different key. I hope you're taking notes, because we have a test at the end. Sarah's going to put out online there. No test. And what are you playing, Curtis? Give us a quick
This is a
rundown.
mandocello. And I have to say, years ago, we've been playing music together for 45 years. And it wasn't too long after I met her that I got my first old Gibson A model mandolin, and I was so in love. I couldn't decide who I loved better.
You're the mandocello, the mandolin.
No, well.
Wow.
But I have to say, I saw my first mandocello, part of the old mandolin orchestras. A mandolin's tuned like a violin. This is tuned like a cello. There's a mandola tuned like a viola. And they used to have mandolin orchestras like in 1900, 1910, 1920. 50, 60 pieces, just like an orchestra. And they would all get together and they would try to tune for about an hour and a half, and they would all go home in utter disgust. I'm sure that's pretty much what it was. But I saw my first mandocello in a window here in Seattle. Yeah. And I didn't know what it was. Nobody seemed to know what they were back then. This was, 30, 35 years ago, or 40. And nobody made strings for them, But I had to have one. Yeah, and they're just wonderful, yeah.
So Dan was
There is a
saying
Seattle
something.
mandolin orchestra.
There is a Seattle mandolin
There's
orchestra.
a Minneapolis mandolin orchestra. I had a mando bass. They also had the bass. They're like 5 feet tall. I left one in my mother's house for like 5 years once. And she was really happy when I came to get it too, But that one went to Winnipeg, yeah. Well, we could do
I
that.
think since we had a comment there from Dan, the What Everly Brothers, can we tell people what a special day it is? It's his birthday today, Dan Roberts' birthday.
Yes, indeed.
So we're gonna sing his song for him.
Happy birthday, oh, happy birthday. Candles burning on your cake, like the cities in his wake. But happy birthday. No, that's not what we want. No.
That's what we used to sing at the Renaissance Fair.
No.
But no, let's do the regular one so people can join in. Happy birthday to Dan.
What key?
I'm a key of F.
F. That seems right. Okay.
It's his birthday, but his sweetie there, Sally, made Curtis and I necklaces, and we got presents for his birthday, and the What Everly Brothers pin, his band. So I don't know. Somehow we lucked out on his birthday. So.
This is why I'm so dashing tonight. As a matter of fact.
I know it's shiny.
Now you won't be able to see him on camera, but I know he's a celebrity. He's like a Seattle icon, and you can imagine this
He's
really
laughing.
really handsome young fellow, and it's his birthday. Okay.
You can come over here and just wave. Yeah. No, he says
No.
no. Yeah, and his band, the What Everly Brothers, you got to check them out. And online, they've had this great virtual event. Is it once a month or twice a month?
Once a month these days.
The Fortnight of Doom. It's just great fun.
That's right. Once a month, we're all opening back up. We're entering the real world, and it's pretty much because it was Dan's birthday that this whole new revival is happening. Don't you? Yeah, ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Dan. Happy birthday to you.
Give him a hand.
So we have historic occasions, the last concert, tonight.
Of the Pacific
Dan's
Northwest.
birthday. It's my birthday too.
It is not his birthday.
Yeah.
So check out
Never
Fortnight
works,
of Doom. It's a virtual thing, so that he and his partner Chris play songs. Or is there 3 of you now, or is there just 2? There's just 2. It's Chris Glanister and Dan Roberts, and then they always have a special guest. And so we've been honored to be a special guest in it one time and trade off songs, and it's just a lot of fun. Plus they have fun questions, little quizzes and stuff, and they send you prizes in the mail if you win them. It's like way too much fun.
If you wait long enough.
So check out the What Everly Brothers and the Fortnight of Doom online.
Yeah.
All right,
So
what are we gonna
let's have a sing along, won't you?
Yeah, should we do one more on harp?
Yeah. Let's do 2 more. I'll tell you what to do. We're not going by.
I'll tell you what to do.
We're totally ad-libbing tonight. Yeah. All right. If you play folk music, obviously you're obligated. If there was a contract, you would be contractually obligated to play a sing-along, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So the process is we teach you your part. You have to memorize it. And then sometimes we repeat it back and forth. And then we sing it all together. And singing together is a powerful thing. And if you sing along on this song, it is like receiving a free medical procedure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that why you came
Free
down to the
medical right
Mythbusters?
here.
Even online, it can work for you too. So
Oh
it's,
yeah,
it's
sure.
magic.
I guarantee you, if you sing along the song, you're going to feel better. Absolutely.
You better
Yeah.
tell them what procedure. They're not going to sign
It
up
is
for
not an appendectomy. You cannot do appendectomies online.
No.
No. What's this deal where you come into a room with a bunch of people you don't really know, and you all complain from the depths of your soul until you finally figure out that probably what you're complaining about is, to a large extent, your own fault.
Yeah.
And there's a name for this.
It's called group therapy.
Group therapy. Yes,
So you can
indeed.
do it online. We can do it anywhere. So we're gonna sing your part, and then we'll all.
Okay, memorize this, right?
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Na 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 na. This is part of it. Play with the hands. Moose
Oh, I
or
just
elk,
feel better.
antlers, whatever you want to do. Deer.
Yeah. Salmon.
Salmon.
You could do.
That's the Seattle version.
No, I did like this.
How do you do
yeah.
salmon?
You have to have a head and a fin. Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. Okay, let's all practice. Ready? After 4, hit it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Na 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 na.
Oh boy,
Oh,
we're
you
gonna
guys are
be.
good sports.
Humanity is gonna be much better when we get done with this song. Okay.
All right, here we go.
And this is called "Somebody I Could Sue." Yes.
There's always somebody you could try to sue.
Yeah, not a folk musician. Trust me on that one.
You could try.
Yeah, no.
1, 2, 3, 4. Janie did it, don't blame me. I learned that when I was 3. I would play, she called me quitter. Make me so mad I had to hit her. Happens every single time. They should arrest you for this crime. You buy a gallon of ice cream and I eat it till my thighs can scream. When you got no one to blame but yourself. Oh, you'd sure like to pin it on somebody else. There must be somebody I could sue. Somebody I could pass his buck. You passed me going way too fast and cut me off, so I hit the gas. I stuck to him close as I could. He slowed down and smashed my hood. It's not my fault, don't look at me. What a stupid place to plant a tree. I just backed up, what can I say? It was standing right there in my way. When you got no one to blame but yourself. Oh, you'd sure like to pin it on somebody else. There must be somebody I could sue. Somebody I could pass this buck. You do this to me all the time. Don't get you way and then you whine. So I get mad, don't talk for days. I'll show you, I'll make you pay. Why won't you just end this fight? Do it my way, do it right. You never listen to a word. I have to yell just to be heard. When you got no one to blame but yourself. Oh, you'd sure like to pin it on somebody else. There must be somebody I could sue. Somebody I could pass this buck. Call my lawyer, life's not fair. Where's my success? Where's my share? I'm stuck down in this endless rut because no one will pick me up. The world's got it in for me. I burned myself in hot coffee, lost my cash and Powerball. And how come you never call? When you got no one to blame but yourself. Oh, you'd sure like to pin it on somebody else. There must be somebody I could sue. Somebody I could pass this buck. Somebody I could pass this buck. You guys are really good sports. I think everyone was doing it out there in, on online land. They were all doing it out there.
Now, if you buy the recording, and if you're the type that sings in the shower and sings in your car while you're listening to music, during rush hour, be careful singing this song. Face straight ahead, at least, is the safest. If you turn sideways and go, you can get in trouble out there.
Might
yeah.
not work out so well. Should we do one more in harp and then
Yeah, let's
switch
do-
instruments?
Let's do Beauty of the Sun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we can go back to harp.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of do a long set here. We have a very beautiful, high-quality audience here tonight. So we're just going to do one long set for them. We just can't bear to take a break. So.
All right, so we'll do another pretty new one.
Yeah, this I don't know if you know, I hope you haven't lost people during COVID. I really hope you do, but we have
We've
definitely.
known several people that have
You know,
succumbed.
and people that ignored it and people that didn't, that tried their best, and
Still
so we just
passed on.
we'll dedicate this song to all of those folks, no matter what.
Yeah.
John Prine too.
This is called The Beauty of the Song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will you miss me when I'm gone? Will you sometimes sing my songs? Oh, will they pass on through like hard-working migrants who have done their job and then seem to vanish like the wind? They say vibrations never end once they're sent, and so I pray the words I write are worthy of the ride. All these tools that I forged were gifted to me by and large. I gathered truth from the world and waved it like a flag unfurled. I stitched together words from the picture that I heard. They say vibrations never end once they're sent, and so I pray the words I write are worthy of the ride. I will miss you when I'm gone, for I love to sing you songs. If my words spoke to you, or somehow they helped you through, please pass that tune along. That's the beauty of the song. They say vibrations never end once they're sent, and so I pray the words I write are worthy of the ride. Spoke to you, or somehow they helped you through, please pass that tune along. That's the beauty of the song. That's the beauty of the song. Beauty of the song. Beauty of the song.
The duty of the song. Yeah, songs are tools. Songs are tools. There's no doubt about
Well, I'm
it.
going to set the harp aside.
Cast the harp
I'm not
aside.
going to cast it. I'm going to set it
You know,
carefully.
she's been playing harp for like 36 years.
It's 33. It keeps adding on a few years to everything.
Wow. No.
To
I don't know
my
how
age.
many vertebrae you got, but I think I've been carrying it for 36 years, you know.
Something like that.
At least, you know, I've been carrying it for one year per vertebrae, and they're all been. But anyway, no. Yeah, that's a wonderful thing. You know, I was trying to tell her about the joys of piccolo all those years ago. She just wouldn't have it, you know. No.
Now, do you think if I stand up, you can still see me on the online?
Well, they'll see your waist. It'll be funny. Here, hey, I'll go look,
Go
okay?
look on the computer there, because she's
Yeah. I am going to go look at my wife.
because our Facebook lady's back at the counter making coffee for somebody. But I kind of like to stand up and play guitar. Can you see my head, or am I cut off?
Well,
Otherwise, I'll sit back.
You know, you could just squat a little.
Okay, I'll just sit down. That's all right.
No. That's right.
No.
So I'll just raise this up. This her toy. She's gonna come over here and hit me.
She's gonna come over and get you.
I know.
Sarah is our
Yeah.
lady
Yeah.
in charge of
Thanks, Sarah. She's like a.
Facebook and getting this all. She was here really early messing with all this stuff on computers.
Yeah, she was
She's really
doing
good
a
at
fine
this.
job, which I just probably messed up.
I think you messed up the camera now.
Kinda wiggling.
Hey, is that Steve Marty?
Yes, I do.
Wow, this is my friend from high school from class of '72. Wow.
It's a ways back, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I wish you weren't so tall.
Well, I can just move back.
If you were shorter, it would be a lot easier.
All right.
Hope I didn't unplug this. Okay, hang on.
Okay. So I'm just making a lot of trouble for everybody standing up.
Yeah, you know, it didn't, I don't know, maybe it's not the, yeah,
Okay.
boy, it didn't change a bit. Shows you what I know.
All right. I'll just sit down.
All right. sit
Okay.
down.
All right. So what are you
Well,
going
now
to get,
that it's-
Curtis?
now
Are you
we're
going to
probably
get guitar or something else?
Yeah, let's do,
We're having technical
let's try a
difficulties
brand new one that's never been heard
by human ears.
yeah,
Okay. On guitar?
yeah.
Just give me a hint. Give me a hint what it is. so I
Well,
know
okay, I
what
will.
to
You'll
do.
know as soon as I give you a hint.
Hey, I should just, hey Sarah, can you hear us? I stood up. Do you think that's a problem? And Curtis raised up the camera. Do you think we messed things up now? Because we're doing this on Facebook and YouTube.
I think it's just fine.
Is it you think because Curtis just hoped
Well,
he
see
didn't
if you
mess
can
things
get her head. You know, I got this thing about, you know, I just really like it when she has a head. You
Should I
know.
sit back or should I sit back down?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Oh, see.
See, it's a little
See,
tiny
she
adjustment.
knows how to do it.
She's
Oh, I tell you. All right.
Yeah, leave it to the pros.
All right. Everybody, give our sound
a
and
technical lady,
Technical
Sarah
Sarah.
Depp. Give Sarah
Sarah
Depp.
Tech.
a
Give
big
her
round.
Yeah, and you aspiring and musicians alike out there, remember, always be nice to your tech and sound people. Be nice to your sound man. Don't you agree with that? All
Or
right.
sound lady.
All right. Let
Sound
me ask.
person.
Now, during this COVID experience that we all have experienced together, did anybody get any like house cleaning done?
Organizing, cleaning.
I don't know.
No,
Maybe it was
tried.
just us. You know, I mean, I could complain about it, but she, you know, she had this list. I think she compiled it for many years. You know, and all of a sudden, there was this.
Got all this
The excuse
time.
we don't have time
We got
just
all this-
wasn't there anymore.
yeah.
And I could complain about this honeydew list, except for the fact that when it comes to work, she always leaves me in the dust. You know, it's just like she outworks me in everything in every way. But we got a lot done, you know, and so we kind of did cleaning. So she wrote a cleaning
I
song.
heard a cleaning song, but it's on more than one level. I cleaned out a lot of rooms and boxes and closets, but I got a lot more to do. I'll leave it at that. There's a lot more to get done. All kinds of closets.
Right?
Yeah, this is called karmic closets. Gotta clean out my karmic closet, do good deeds for a deposit, throw out things I don't wanna wear, old baggage piled up everywhere. I'm gonna have to say a prayer. Oh Lord, it's a mess in there. I got words hanging from a day when I met a car in the intersection. We were there at a four-way stop, but he took my turn, did not stop. All the words I used that day, they still make myself blush today. I gotta clean out my karmic closet, do good deeds for a deposit, throw out things I don't wanna wear, old baggage piled up everywhere. I'm gonna have to say a prayer. Oh Lord, it's a mess in there. I can walk in where cobwebs still hide the things I wanted that were not mine. My friend got her a brand new car. She became a great big star, but I'd hardly feel jealous at all. Or if Carnegie Hall would call. I got clean out my karmic closet, do good deeds for a deposit, throw out things I don't wanna wear, old baggage piled up everywhere. I'm gonna have to say a prayer. Oh Lord, it's a mess in there. Clean it out there, Curtis. There's lots of guilt in that closet, the folks I should have called but did not. Late night binges of chocolate and the times I did not take a stand, and I forgot my dog outside in the rain the whole night one time. I gotta clean clean out my comic closet, do good deeds for a deposit, throw out things I don't want to wear, old baggage piled up everywhere. I'm gonna have to say a prayer. Oh Lord, it's a mess in there. Oh, when I get things organized there, sweep it out, let in some fresh air, walk the neighbor's dog a few times, pay for someone else in line, well then polish up your shoes, or swear I'll pay all my dues. I gotta clean out my comic closet, do good deeds for a deposit, throw out things I don't want to wear, old baggage piled up everywhere. I'm gonna have to say a prayer. Oh Lord, it's a mess in there. I'm gonna have to say a prayer. Oh Lord, it's messy in there.
Very nice.
Well, I know you musicians know, it's like you can write a song like Loretta did with that one, and you can play it at home many, many times, but it doesn't mean anything until you actually take it out and play it at the couth buzzard. And then
right.
you do that a few times, and you'll get it down. And
Get it down, and then you feel.
People-
Then I feel guilty enough. I do
people
need to go
will
home and
either
organize.
applaud or they will throw eggs and tomatoes at you, and then you'll find out what people think about this new song that you've written. Of course, eggs and tomatoes are so expensive these days that
They wouldn't throw.
No.
They wouldn't do that.
But in Shakespearean times, they threw cabbages. See how
That
far
would-
the human
that would
race has
hurt.
come over the centuries.
That would really hurt.
I think so.
Do you want to do something else with the guitar? Do you want to do
Yeah.
Good to Be Done? Or?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
You know, we're working on a new CD when we get home from this trip. We've been on the road about 3 weeks. When we get home to Minnesota, we're going to start working on recording a new CD. We got a grant from the state of Minnesota to do a new one. But our last one was all biographical ballads, story songs about real people that went through big challenges in their lives.
And it was a great process because Loretta would go, or we would both go, and we would actually interview people. We traveling around the country and doing these folk shows. We realized, you wouldn't know it by the news, but actually we're surrounded by all these amazing human beings. And Loretta felt that we should write songs about them. So she would actually go and interview the people, and then write the song, and then we go back and play it for them and let them kind of give us their input on it and tweak it a little bit, and then it would be a song. And in this case, this lady actually was on the news, and she was a lady who just donated a kidney to a little Minnesota girl that had been on dialysis almost since the day she was born.
Yeah, I saw this story in the 10 o'clock news one night. It said this lady's flying up from Jacksonville, Florida, here to Minnesota to donate a kidney to this little girl that she found on Facebook on the internet. So I got a hold of her eventually and asked her if I could come and interview her and write this song. We were going to be in Florida doing concerts. And she said yes, and she's one of my heroes now.
She was kind of hesitant. She said, I don't know, if I want you to write a song about this or not, because this is something that I just did spontaneously from my heart, And then I ended up on the national news. It kind of scared her, this whole news cycle. She said, besides, if you write this song, what's it going to inspire people to donate organs to people they don't know? And we said, yeah, well, probably not. And then she said, well, maybe it'll remind people to check that box on your driver's license.
It's the donor box. We promised her we'd tell that
So.
message to everybody we saw. This is called When There's Good to Be Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. In a bright, sunny Florida home, Christy was online and she was there alone. Minnesota girl caught her eye. Usually she'd scroll on by, must do it. You can't wait for someone else to get to it. I knew it was God's plan to see me through it. How could I say no when I could do it? She told her husband about the girl. If she was a Sarah, we would search the world. A battery of tests were begun up north for final one. 6 months since that day, you're the perfect match, they call to say. She got back on that online page, sent a message to the mom, and she did say, I'm Christy, I'm honored to meet you. I have a 2-year-old too. I'm your girl's donor. And the mother could not find words. Christy said, when there's good to be done, you must do it. You can't wait for someone else to get to it. I knew it was God's plan to see me through it. How could I say no when I could do it? On a bright Minnesota day, Christy woke up and she was feeling pain. Very first thing she did say, is Ariana okay? She gave life that day, and the purest joy was Christy's pay. And she said, when there's good to be done, you must do it. You can't wait for someone else to get to it. I knew it was God's plan to see me through it. How could I say no when I could do it? When there's good to be done, we must do it. When there's good to be done, we must do it. When there's good to be done, we must do it. Christy Harding.
Oh, yeah, Christy Harding. And one of the coolest things that's ever happened to us playing music. Well, we did this
Oh yeah.
really cool but grueling tour of libraries, you know, concerts at libraries
yeah.
in
It
Minnesota.
wasn't grueling, but it was
Well,
busy. It was very busy.
I mean, one would be right by Canada at night, and then the next one would be like at Duluth the next morning, which is like
It's a long
almost all. They weren't exactly lined up perfectly, which is typical for a folk music tour. But we stopped to do a radio show. You know, we were bouncing around. It was like 2.5 weeks, so we did like 25, I think, libraries, or 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks.
It was,
But anyway, we stopped in this beautiful,
Grand
beautiful
Marais.
Grand
It's this
Marais,
beautiful town on
Superior, Lake Superior town, and did a radio show to promote these library shows, and and finished the tour, went home,
And we got, a few months later, we got this email from the program director at WTIP Radio. She said, remember when you were here a few months ago and you played that song about the kidney donation? There was a man listening from the town of Lutzen down the road, and he was so inspired that he decided he wanted to donate a kidney. And he didn't know any strangers to donate a kidney to, so he called a hospital in Minneapolis, and they lined him up with somebody. And I love this, so the rest of the story, they found somebody that was a perfect match for him in California. And that person had somebody that was a match that wanted to donate but was not a perfect match. So that person donated to somebody else, and then this guy donated to the guy in California. And it's like, it started this whole chain. So I called Christy up and said, "See what you did? You
Yeah,
started
see,
this
it
whole
did. It did inspire somebody to do that.
It did. That's the only one we've heard of. But
Yeah, that's the,
I just to
we
be the
were-
messenger or something like that. Just,
yeah, we were
oh man,
just
it gave
thrilled.
me the shivers. I'm not that brave. I mean, I donate blood once in a while, but I don't know. I don't think I could donate.
How did you check on Halloween and your dad's song? Maybe? And then switch? Oh, yeah. She wants to try
This
another
is
brand
just
new one.
short. He doesn't know want to do
Okay.
this. It's just a
I
fun
don't
little
know.
song.
This is another one of these
You don't
COVID
know.
things.
You sound
know.
so Minnesota. He was
Wow,
from Texas, but
you
you
know.
sound so Minnesotan, Curtis.
I don't even know what key this thing is.
I don't know.
I should have learned it. You
It's
know.
in C, key of 3.
Yeah.
On your keyboard.
This is inspired by people that shoulda, coulda, woulda done something in the last 2 years. Key of 3?
Yeah, this is one I wrote during the pandemic. You know, I had
It's kind of
shoulder.
like a yingle.
I had shoulder surgery. I had this little tear in my rotator cuff, so I couldn't play for like I don't know a few months. So I would just sit there and just write words, you know, because I could still write. I had my arm in the steel, this sling, but I'd write all the words. And so later on, I'd put the music to it. So this is one of those songs that was written without music till later. It's called Shoulda, Coulda,
It's
Woulda.
another song we don't know, but
We know it, and don't go
We'll
too
play it,
fast.
we'll play
He
it.
always takes off, and I'm like, wait, I don't remember.
All right. Okay, here, I'll try it. Ready?
I suppose I should have tried to be a doctor or a nurse, a pilot or attorney just to fatten up my purse. I suppose I should have listened when my mom said be a nun, but shoulda, coulda, woulda wouldn't get my song sung.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda never works for me. It's just a riptide that pulls you out to sea. Fogs up your looking glass until you see. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Was never meant to be. I could have gone to China or I could have gone to Spain. I could have bought a lighthouse on an island off of Maine. I could have lived in Paris or the mountains of Peru. But shoulda, coulda, woulda wouldn't get me here with you.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda never works for me. It's just a riptide that pulls you out to sea. It fogs up your looking glass until you see. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Was never meant to be. I would have walked with Gandhi by the Ganges, but he's gone. I would have been a dancer, but my feet are just too wrong. I would have climbed up Everest if I wasn't scared of heights. But shoulda, coulda, woulda wouldn't bring me here tonight.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda never works for me. It's just a riptide that pulls you out to sea. Fogs up your looking glass until you see. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Was never meant to be.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda never works for me. It's just a riptide that pulls you out to sea and fogs up your looking glass until you see. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Was never meant to be. Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda is not for you and me. This kind of fun.
Thank you. My song, your dad's song, and then do something else. We're kind of doing a long set here, so if anybody needs to go anywhere and do anything, feel free to do it. Oh, and you should have bought a lighthouse in the island off of Maine. That reminds me, we have a friend in Maine that's probably watching this. Judy, hi Judy. Yeah.
Hi, Judy, if you're there, though. You know, it's really late in Maine right now.
Yeah, she's a trooper though.
Steve knows Judy. We're all classes.
Talk
1972.
forever.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
See, what is it? So it's 8:30 here in the Pacific Northwest. 9 through 10. So it's 11:30 for Judy. She said she might get on at the beginning and watch a couple songs. So she might be watching this later on Facebook, because you can watch this if you don't want to stay up for the whole thing. This will be on their YouTube page and Facebook page for the Couth Buzzard for probably into eternity. Or who knows? It'll be on there a long time.
So anyway, we'll just keep plugging along here. This is a song that Loretta wrote for her dad, Cletus Simonet, and he was the one on that earlier song that married Mildred, his mother, that was older than her. And he was just a wonderful, he was the epitome of that early 1900s born and bred American gentleman. And, you know, such a hard-working generation, got us, very honest generation, got us through the Great Depression, World War II, and all of that. And he was just, that was him. But when he got older, he became ill. And we didn't realize it for quite a while. And then Loretta was very close to him.
Yeah, we finally realized what was going on. I wrote this really for therapy. for myself to get through it. It's called Gone Forever.
Yeah.
Every night when supper was done, 4 we kids had a chance to run. My dad said, okay, we've got dishes to do. Mom cooked the food with a clean-up crew. So we stood at the sink, he washed each one. The rest of us dried till they were all done. Now a disease works in his brain. He's forgotten those children who carry his name. One day as I vacuumed, he watched me then said, you've done all the work, I've done nothing yet. So I got him a dust rag and he worked with me. It was still an example for this kid to see. If I think of all the things that I've lost, I can simply not bear the thought I am gone forever from his memory. And he cannot do things he once did for me. But I watch my dad and who he is now, plagued by Alzheimer's still somehow. Through the confusion his soul shines through. He says, come anytime, we loved having you. At the end of the driveway in the old blue truck, he'd stop for a moment, the kids to instruct. He'd point a long finger down the road, first to the east then the west as he told. To the left is Stillwater, to the right is St. Paul. He taught us directions when we were so small. Now I drive my dad to the new Walmart. Once inside he pushes the cart. I say, Dad, at the end of this aisle turn right. But he just stops, his lips drawn tight. So I point for him, and we both turn that way. He says, I sure am lucky to be with you today. If I think of all the things that he's lost, I can simply not bear the thought I am gone forever from his memory. And I do the things he once did for me. But I watch my dad and who he is now, plagued by Alzheimer's still somehow. Through the confusion his soul shines through. He says, come anytime, we love having you. He came to recitals to hear me play piano. He came down to the basement to watch puppet shows. Drove to my college to see me in play. 100 miles in a big Chevrolet. Do you have lots of bookings? He'd always say, you are so lucky I can sing for your pay. And now he doesn't know who I am. Maybe a relation, maybe a friend. I sit down at the piano and play over there. He sings along from his armchair. He says, where did you learn? He claps for me. And then he keeps singing that wartime melody. If I think of all the things that we've lost, I can simply not bear the thought I am gone forever from his memory. He cannot do things he once did for me. But I watch my dad and who he is now, plagued by Alzheimer's still somehow. Through the confusion his soul shines through. He says, come anytime, we love Cletus was a great guy, even after he was different. He lost
know,
his memory of me,
and-
but he was still this perfect gentleman.
Your-
Passed candy
your-
around, made sure everyone got some. And
Yeah,
some.
your mom was just an absolute saint. She was younger than him, and she
took care of
wasn't
him.
a small woman. And she took care of him for
10 years.
10 years, and that is talking about a labor of love, man.
You
That
want
is
to do Halloween? We should do one or two more with her so Steve can get a picture.
Okay, well, let's do my song, my love song, my
He
love
wants-
song.
okay.
You know, it took her 40 years to write me a love
I
song.
finally wrote him a love song several years ago.
I mean, if you get some of our early recordings, or if you knew us like 30, 45 years ago, man, I wrote some love songs. I tell you, I was one inspired boy. You
Which
know?
he's not gonna do
I mean,
tonight.
they were some mushy things. I mean,
I'm
they're
not going to do it tonight. Though.
embarrassing. They were embarrassing. I would be embarrassed to play them at this time. But she waited, like 45 years,
Then I knew you really well by then. 3. And
Well,
I don't do mush,
Okay,
so,
well, so
this
here's-
one isn't so mushy.
I gotta ask, do we have any like thrift store treasure hunters here? Ah, my people. The ultimate in recycling, repurposing. Yes, indeed. So, thrift stores save all their really interesting clothing, and around Halloween, they put it out in the middle of the store. And I think the concept is you're supposed to create your own individualized Halloween costume. I find the things that I want to wear all year. I do, but one year, about 3 years ago, I went in there, and there was this 1940s professional, top of the line, real deal, big department store Santa Claus, outfit. And I went, cool. We live in northeast Minneapolis, and we live on a hill, which you can relate to in Seattle.
Not quite like your hills.
But we have this little Victorian house, and we have 2 sets of steps coming up to. So on Halloween night, I got out my biggest stuffed chair, and I threw all my candy in a white canvas laundry sack, and I put on my really wonderful Santa outfit, and I sat there. And these little kids, they would come up, they just come storming up that first set of steps with their bags and their buckets out, and they would look up, and their eyes would get big, and their jaws would drop, and they just would freeze, and they would come up that last set of steps with just profound awe in their expressions, They were just, before they could say trick or treat, I looked at them right in the eyes and I said, "Have you been good this year?" And they were so awestruck by my presence that they all told the truth. They said, "Oh, well, not all the time." And I said, "Hey, listen, the truth is worth a whole handful of candy anytime, And I said, besides, it's a long time till Christmas. You have plenty of time to get to be good. So everybody, remember, it's a long time till Christmas. Everybody be good out there right now." So anyway, she wrote this song
This
for
song,
me.
I was
She
inspired.
was watching me.
I have to say the teenagers were not so impressed. They thought he was nuts.
They would really stick up and go, "Mister, you got it all wrong. This is Halloween, man."
So this is Curtis's song called Santa Claus on Halloween. Hold the chicken, hold the meat, just serve him up whole wheat. Never try to trim his beard, scissors are his only fear. He waits on me like I'm a queen, he's Santa Claus on Halloween, he's one of a kind. That boy of mine, the world pulls at us from all sides, but he stands strong, listening inside. He likes love and honesty, he'll stand by him, he'll stand by me, he's one of a kind. That boy of mine. They can keep their ivy halls and the mega shopping malls. The junk store is his favorite place, Hawaiian shirts and a tweed suitcase. He doesn't own a suit or tie except one from 1895. He's one of a kind. That boy of mine. The world pulls at us from all sides, but he stands strong, listening inside. likes love and honesty. He'll stand by you, he'll stand by me. He's one of a kind. That boy of mine. Take it there, boy. He doesn't text, but he is wise. He hates long goodbyes. He likes when you say what you mean. I don't chatter on like a talk machine. Fashion doesn't mean a thing. He can't dance, but he sure can sing. He's one of a kind. That boy of mine. The world pulls at us from all sides, but he stands strong, listening inside. He likes love and honesty. He'll stand by you, he'll stand by me. He's one of a kind. That boy of mine. He give you his last dime. He works hard all the time. He likes deals and bartering. That's how I got my wedding ring. He can fix up our guitars, but not so much on a car. He's one of a kind. That boy of mine. The world pulls at us from all sides, but he stands strong, listening inside. He likes love and honesty. He'll stand by you, he'll stand by me. He's one of a kind. That boy of mine. He's one of a kind. That boy of mine. Oh, he's my rock. That boy of mine. Thank you.
We should do a banjo while I'm standing up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do,
Couple
okay,
on
let's do
banjo,
that.
and then we'll
Yeah, let's do
Let's
that.
do a couple on banjo and a couple on harp.
Yeah, yeah. Does that sound
Harp
okay?
back out
Yeah.
and maybe a ukulele in there somewhere.
We have an internet democracy, you know. We could
We
get
can't.
votes for banjo, you know. Yeah.
Over the internet, we can. I don't think we can ask them.
Okay,
We
let's
can't
just
see them
do it.
raising
Let's
their
just
hands.
do
But
it.
people
Let's
in the audience raise their hands for yes banjo. Yes.
Yes, banjo.
Yes banjo.
Banjo, yes.
Thumbs up.
Yes,
All right, let's do a couple on banjo. What do
Okay.
you say we do a couple on banjo?
Yes.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Yeah, yeah.
Dan says huzzah.
All right. I'm gonna get this right here. I've got my. We do senior, so I've got my
He's got a
my
mask on his
masked rack.
harmonica.
Who was that
We
masked
do a lot of
rack?
songs at senior centers and places like that, and some places we've done concerts with
By
masks
golly, I'm
on.
gonna live wild and take my.
So he's still got his mask
I'm
on
gonna
his harmonica.
strip my rack.
All right.
I've got a rack too, you know.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, you do. Jeez Louise. Do you guys say that? You know, we're from Minnesota. Do you guys say that out here? Jeez Louise. I don't know. Is that a Minnesota thing, Steve?
Pretty much.
Steve, do you guys say that?
It's been heard.
Colorado. It's been heard, but it's not that much.
Probably somebody said it who came from Minnesota, but it's been heard.
Jeez Louise, do you say that?
Yeah, and in Seattle.
Okay, I thought it was a Minnesota thing. I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
how often do you say it? Like 3 times?
Oh,
a day?
jeez.
Oh yeah, 3 times a day. Oh, I do.
I mean,
do.
here was a couple times a year.
Oh yeah, no, all the time. How about ick? How about ick and ish? Who says that? Is that? I think that's Minnesota.
Yeah, ick is worse than ish, you know. Yeah. The
I
worst
don't-
thing a
which is-
Minnesotan's going to say to you if they look at you, and this has happened to me many times, oh, you're different.
Or that's different.
That's like the kiss of death.
Or that's different. Somebody cooks you something and you go, oh, that's different. That means they hate it. But we're too polite to say they hate it, right?
But you know, I got to ask you this question. Has anybody ever been to Wilmer, Minnesota? Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, you don't realize it, but you have. Because Wilmer, Minnesota, everybody's been to Wilmer. The whole Midwest is just covered with Wilmers. You see, because Wilmer is not the biggest farm town you ever been to, and it's not the smallest farm town you ever been to. So we've all been to Wilmer, really. Now, it just so happens that in Wilmer, Minnesota was the site of the first bank strike in the United States of
Yeah.
America.
In 1977, it just happened to be 8 women. And they came to be known as the Wilmer 8. What happened in this bank was the women were all tellers, the men were the managers. And several times the bank hired a young man with no banking experience, brought him in and said to the women, now you train him in, teach him all you know, and he'll be your manager. And they found out later that he was making twice as much money as them. And they were never allowed to apply for these jobs. And Minnesota, we got a few ex-Minnesotans here, like, we don't like to make waves. So the first few times they went, oh, whatever.
Three times.
The fourth time, they went in and complained to the bank president and said, this is not right.
Went right into the office,
And
all
Curtis-
8 of them.
Curtis plays the bank president in the song.
Kind of typecast, but I do it.
Yeah.
You know.
And what he says is...
My line, his national.
It's a
Quote,
direct
yes.
quote from what he said. They didn't get any satisfaction there, so they formed their own union. And they had no big union money behind it. It was just the 8 of them. They went broke. They lost all their friends in town.
Yeah.
And the woman that I interviewed, Glennis Terwisha, said, well, what kept us together was our solidarity, working for each other. And also it got in the national news. And then letters started pouring in from across the country, women saying, don't give up. Keep fighting. You're doing this for all of us. And then they might have a $5 bill, a couple bucks in there. And that's the money they were living on.
Yeah, the resources were 8 snowmobile suits, 8 dowel sticks, 8 pieces of poster board, and like 2 mark slots, Yeah.
That's it.
And they were they were buying the 24-cent soup instead of the 28
Yeah,
cent soup.
pennies made a difference. So anyway, this is their song called Wilmer 8, or We Are All Equal,
All right, I gotta say, my kingdom for a fingernail, but I'm gonna.
Did you
do
lose
the
your
best.
banjo fingernail? Uh-oh. Glennis heard the women talking in the vault one day. The bank just hired another man at nearly twice our pay. We're supposed to train him in and teach him all we know. Then he will be our manager, just like it always goes. Wilmer was a little farm town, they weren't feminists. But this is just plain wrong, they said to that bank president.
We are not all equal, men need to earn more, so they can take girls out on dates.
His words just left him floored. Glennis and the other 7 formed their own union. In 77 they went on strike, it was Bank Local 1. Journalists and TV cameras came to investigate. In Minnesota, bitter cold, they were the Wilmer 8. From across the country, across the world, letters came from women and from girls. The whole globe is watching you, and starting now to improve. You are doing this for all of us. Please don't stop, keep on, you must. We will sing, it must be told. We are all equal, Glennis wore a snowmobile suit as she walked the line. Her eyelashes kept freezing shut, a record winter time. Snow nor rain nor summer heat, now nothing kept them down. Though lots of folks had given up, we want peace in this town. They survived on 5s and 10s from folks who wrote thank you. When Glennis was flat broke, she said, I don't know what I'll do. She put her head down in her hands and Terrence said softly, well, I can help you out this week, next time it could be me. From across the country, across the world, letters came from women and from girls. The whole globe is watching you, it's starting now to improve. You are doing this for all of us. Please don't stop, keep on, you must. We will sing, it must be told. We are all equal, Nearly 1 year and a half they walked the picket line. A judge ruled it was over and they lost in 79. A woman from another bank said it's better since your strike. Loretta said that we have won, you can't lose when you're right. Dora, Shirley, Sandy, and Irene, Loretta, Terry, Sylvia, and Jane. The whole globe is watching you. We're starting now to improve. You are doing this for all of us. Please don't stop, keep on, you must. We will sing, it must be told. We are all equal, you know. We are all equal, you know.
Ah, right here from the Two Buzzers.
Thank
And
you.
beautiful Seattle. Well,
Thank you.
technically this probably isn't Seattle, is it?
Are we here? We're still in Seattle, aren't
It
we?
is? We're technically in Seattle?
Yeah, we're still in Seattle.
We are in
He
Seattle.
doesn't know where he is.
By
No,
golly, we're
but
not in Wilmer.
we're not. We're close to the north end of Seattle. Like, what's the next suburb
Wow.
up there? Ballard.
You have to go up to 145th to get out of Seattle.
So we're still. There's still a lot of Seattle.
60 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I
still
don't
in
know, I
Seattle.
think we should do a couple
You
more.
can go up to Shoreline, but I think you need a passport to get in
Let's
there.
let's do one more on banjo as long as you're doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Let's
then
do one
we'll
more with banjo, and then I want to do a harp one.
do a couple
Well,
for
Steve is
harp
still
to
here.
end
I
up
want to
with.
get a harp one.
Yes.
I want to say too about the Wilmer 8. They you heard in the last verse they lost their case, but they felt like they won. Glenna said women from other banks wrote to them and said, you know, things really are starting to change around here because of you. So they helped the wheels turn and helped things change.
And we used to introduce that song as, happening back in 77, and younger women would come up to us and they go, oh, things were really bad back in 1877,
It was 1977.
Well, you see.
Well, women couldn't get a credit card in their own name in the 60s.
Well, neither could I.
Well, I couldn't either. I met a woman, we have a friend out in Bainbridge Ridge Island, she could not, in the 70s, she couldn't get a library card in her own name. They said, well, you're married, right? It had to be in his name. Crazy.
All right, here, sing along time again.
Okay.
We're folk musicians. Now, I got to warn you. These old American ballads. We're going to do a ballad from the 1880s, and these old American ballads now. Sometimes they do deal with questionable issues, but they usually do it for good reason. They focus down to the end of the song where some profound moral lesson may be passed on to the audience, and I think half of the people in the United States of America today, half of the people will agree with the message of this song. And that is, I should have listened to what my mama said.
You really should have, Kurt.
Yeah, it takes some of us guys longer than others.
So help us out. This
Call
is-
and answer song, Hand Me Down, My Walking Cane. Now hand me down
Hand me down
my walking cane.
my walking cane.
Hand me down
Hand me down
my walking cane.
my walking cane.
Well, hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna ride that midnight train. All my sins all taken away. Now hand me down
Hand me down
that jug of corn.
that jug of corn.
Hand me down
Hand me down
that jug of corn.
that jug of corn.
Well, hand me down that jug of corn. We'll have the time shows you're born. All my sins all taken away. I had too much
Had too much
and I went to jail.
and went to jail.
Well, I had too much
Well, I had too much
and I went to jail.
and I went to jail.
Well, I had too much and I went to jail. Nobody came to go my bail. All my sins all taken away. Well, the beans was
The
hard
beans was hard
and the meat was fat.
and the meat was fat.
Well, the beans was hard
The beans was hard
and the meat was
and the
fat.
meat was fat.
Well, the beans was hard and the meat was fat. Lord, I couldn't eat nothing like that. Oh, all my sins all taken away. listen.
I wish I'd listened.
What my mama said.
What Mama said.
Well, if I listen.
If I listened.
What mama said.
What Mama said.
Well, if I listen what mama said, I'd be sleeping in a feather bed, and all my sins all taken away. Yes, they are. Hand me down.
Hand me down.
My walking cane.
My walking cane.
Hand me down.
Hand me down.
My walking cane.
Oh, walking cane.
Well, hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna ride that midnight train. All my sins all taken away. There they go. All my sins all taken away. Yeah. All right. Well, we're getting ready to wrap it up here, but we have a photographer here. My wife informs me that she wishes to have her picture taken playing the harp. Now,
Well, some people came
for
in after
years and
we
years,
played
she's
the harp.
been wanting to have a picture of herself playing the harp, and I think it's
Steve is an amazing photographer. He sent us pictures from here from a few years ago. Man, they're
And I'm going to be right back,
They're
and
good,
we'll
they're
do a
good.
couple more songs on the harp, maybe end up with a uke sing-along.
What are you leaving?
Well, you know, I just want him to be able to take pictures of you solo.
Oh,
and I
man.
think I left a $100 bill on the bathroom floor. And I have to go
Good
check
turn.
and make sure.
And naturally you did, thanks very much.
You already
Yeah,
picked it
no.
up. That guy already picked it
The
up.
old Gray's nut.
That guy already picked it up. This is such a great background. I love these pictures we get from here. Several times we played here, and there's all the books in the background. It just makes such a beautiful picture. And some people came in after we started playing the harp, so I just thought we should play a couple on it.
Yes.
Yeah. This harp is from Corvallis, Oregon. It's called a Thormelin. The company's Thormelin harps. I also have a Dusty Strings, and they're here in Seattle. Great company. It's a really nice harp too. This is a little traditional Irish song called. Well, it's actually written by Trolloc O'Carrollin, called "She Begs She Won't."
She begs him
Thank
off.
you. I quit a little early because the mic stand was like.
Oh,
sinking.
yes. And Gaelic, that is the battle of the big and the small fairy hill.
Yeah, it didn't sound like. Doesn't really
Battles
sound
should
like.
be such as those.
Doesn't sound like a battle.
All
You
right,
want to do an
let's,
Irish one, Curtis? You want
yeah,
to
let's do that and maybe turn
Maybe a
the chair
uke.
and smile and call it good.
Yeah,
That's
let's
enough,
just
yeah.
do a couple
Okay.
more. Yeah.
This is such a good pandemic song. Time song. It's really profound. I believe this was written in 1803, 1805 by a member of the British East Indian Company. And it's called The Health to the Company. And like I said, these ballads are open to interpretation. And I've always interpreted this to be you being our good company, a health to you all. Because we wish you happiness and prosperity, good economy, all of that. But above all, we wish you good health, a health to the company. But this was actually meant back then to mean good health to the British East Indian Company as well. So we shall dedicate it to all businesses, large and small. May you prosper, and may all your people be happy and healthy together. Yes, indeed. A health to you all. This is our version of a song on harp and mandocello. This is normally an a cappella song, so it might sound a little different to you. Who are.
I bet Dan knows this one.
It's very different
Sing
than the
along.
version.
Help us out.
Health to you all. Here's a health to the company and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may all might never all meet her again. Kind friends and companions, come join in my rhyme, and lift up your voices in chorus with mine. Come drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may all might never all meet her again. So here's a health to the company and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may all might never all meet her again.
Lies in harbor, she's ready to sail. I wish her safe passage past doldrums and gale. And if ever we should meet again on land or on sea, I will always remember your kindness to me.
So here's a health to the company and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may all might never all meet her again. My footsteps may falter, my wit it might fail.
My course may be challenged by November gale.
Ere fortune shall prove to be friend or be foe, you will always be with me wherever I go. My health to you all. So here's my health to the company and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may all might never all meet here again. Our health to us all.
A health to everyone.
All right. Just a couple more, and we thank you so much for sitting through this long set with us here in Seattle. And we started out a few weeks on this tour, you know, and you know, the price of gas doubled. And this tour was booked 2 years ago, and only half of the shows remain. You know, some of the places are gone, some haven't opened up yet. But at some point, you know, you just gotta, you know, you gotta look at yourselves and you gotta look at the world, and you just have to say, you know, we will persevere, and by golly, we're just going to go out there. You know, if we, you know, we won't make a cent, but, you know, so what? You know, you just got to go do what you do.
All these folks put their money in over this.
Oh, yeah,
we made a bunch of money tonight. Thank you for
generosity has, you know, has allowed us to do this for years. But,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you just have to go out and do what you do. You know, that's all there is to it. So we'll do a couple more songs, and of course, a sing-along. Now, this is a song that was co-written by one person we've met.
Oh, it's on harp? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Let's
we
do
were
that.
gonna go
No, let's wind up with the ukulele. How about
Okay,
that?
all right.
In one person we haven't met. This was, but this is such a good COVID time period song. We've been playing this. So this was written by one person we met, one we didn't. Yeah, Pete Seeger and King Solomon. And
Because Pete took most of the words from the Bible.
yeah, he's the one we met. But you know, this is just good to sing during this time period, during this history we're living together through. Now, we learned this song because we got a phone call. You know, the gig phone call. You know, if you're a musician, very important to our survival. Said we would like for you to come and play to like at a
Convent.
convent, not a monketage, a convent for 80 retired nuns. We said, wow, we've never done that before. I mean, we played under roller coasters. We've done,
Crazy
all
places.
kinds of crazy places. But we said, wow, that'd be cool. Yeah, sure, we'd do that. But then when the time for the show got close, we start making a set list.
We didn't know what
You
to
start
sing.
writing these songs, I go, I don't know, man. Should you play this for 80
Tiny
retired
Bubbles? I don't
nuns?
know.
It's like... So we learned this song, Turn, 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 for that. And then it's come in handy during this COVID thing.
Yeah.
But, the cool thing is we got to the convent, and it's like with 80 nuns, and they were all having beer and pizza.
It was the monthly
Yeah,
birthday
it's like-
party. It was great.
Yeah, and we
fun.
played whatever we
They were
wanted to.
wonderful.
But they did especially like this song. And we would hope you will sing it with us. I think, singing together is powerful. It's big medicine.
This is you got a great song. I love this song, and really, especially for these times like Curtis.
Singing together is just such an important thing.
That string is out of tune. Hang on.
I got 36 strings, but this one doesn't sound a tune.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little bit out of here.
Yeah, King Solomon would prefer that you tune that string, I'm sure. So, yeah, sing. Sing this one. That sounds pretty good. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
Time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. Everybody, that's pretty. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
A time of love, a time of peace, a time of war, a time of peace, a time we may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time of love, a time of hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. Everybody out there now. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. And a time to every purpose under heaven. Ah, lovely.
I love that line. I swear it's
Ah,
not
see,
too
there's
late.
hope,
Time of war, a time of peace. I swear it's not too late. I love it.
Singing together is so powerful. We're going to end up this broadcast from the Couth Buzzard in
In Seattle.
Seattle, Washington. with these lovely, lovely people here and all of you lovely people out there. And we are going to take it a step further. You sang along so beautifully on that. Singing is so powerful. The other thing I think that is incredibly powerful is the human smile. It is one of the most amazing things in the world. And I tell you, one thing I learned, during this pandemic was, you don't even have to have lips to smile, your eyes do it, your energy does it, A smile placed at the right time is really, truly an amazing, world-changing thing. So I invite you to smile when you can from your heart, anytime you can. And we will close this show with a song made very famous by a guy who definitely had a smile like a white picket fence in the sun. Just kind of a short version of Louis Armstrong's song on the ukulele. Now, if you want world peace, I suggest a ukulele in every mailbox. Yes,
That might help. Thank you all so much for listening, coming out tonight, listening online. And we do have CDs for those of you here that are here in person. We have CDs over on the table there if you want to take a look. And also an email list. We'd love to have you sign up. We'll let you know when we're back in the area. And I promise I don't give your email address to anyone. Even Curtis can't see them.
I am an email virgin. I have never sent an email in my life.
You wouldn't have to do it one.
So you give it to me, I won't even know what it is.
So thank you. And for those of you online, check out our website, curtisandloretta.com.
Yes, indeed.
CDs and email list on there too. And we want to give a big shout out to Stuart Hendrickson. Who is, he's right here. This is his last concert that he's presenting with the Pacific Northwest Folk Society. He's retiring from that wonderful association that he ran for so many years, since 2007. You've been in charge of it.
Yeah.
But actually the organization goes back to the 50s.
53.
This man
53.
has done a lot of good, and we
So
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
He's been kind to
Thank you,
us.
Stuart.
Can I put a shout out to you too, Stu, that I'm Theo's partner, the owner of the bookstore?
Oh, you're
Oh.
Phil's partner.
Yes,
Yay.
and Stu, I'm so happy to see you, and you have done so much for this
Thank you so
bookstore
much.
over the years. We just love you, and
It was
The
fun.
bookstore-
It was fun to do. Yeah.
yes, just big,
you know,
heart for you.
Stuart is a wonderful musician, and
Yes, a great
he
fiddle
was a
player.
college professor, and I think with all these storyteller folk musicians, you need a little of that academic sort of, point of view, to kind of keep us in line, yeah, man.
Keep us anchored. Yeah.
I used
So-
to be a chemist.
You're loved by many people.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Thank you all so much for coming out tonight,
Yeah.
singing along. It was great.
Remember to
this
smile
place.
when you can, and we'll close out with this song. And everybody go out there and sing, smile, and do some good. Yeah.
You go, ready?
When you're smiling,
Yeah.
when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you, yeah. When you're laughing, when you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you can bring out the rain. When you're smiling, you'll be happy, yeah. When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. It's such a mood. smiling when you smile, when you're smiling. The whole world smiles with you.
Thank you. Come up
Say
here.
a few words. Say a few words, Kurt.
More kazoo!
What a great show. What a great show. Thank you, Curtis and Loretta. And you know, they drove all the way out here from Minnesota, and they have to drive back. So be generous with your donations. There's a tip jar there. And also put some money in for the Couth Buzzard. This is a great place. We have to keep it going. And so thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, give the Couth Brothers a big hand, too. Great Couth Brothers. All right. Good night.
Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for being on our Couth Buzzard online community. Go ahead and drop $1 or $2 in this GoFundMe if you're so inclined. Thank you so much, Sue Hendrickson, for everything. Thank you, Curtis and Loretta, for coming here all the way out from Princetown. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my mother for commenting a lot. And I hope everybody has a good night. You can get their music on curtisandloretta.com. I have a tape. Be jealous. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody.
Still partially open, you know?